Hello, everyone.
It's lovely to be with you, sharing a few things that have been on our hearts recently. Belma shares about God's compassion with children and about completing, not competing.
Anna will share about her go-to resource with floor shapes and about how to keep in touch with us.
And now, Belma reminds us of God's compassion for children.
Children are so dear and precious to the heart of God. We need to pray that his compassionate heart for children will envelop ours. The first step in leading your children into a passion for God is for you to be passionate about him yourself. Children always believe what they're told. Teaching them the truth is their foundation. Love and truth will nourish and feed a child. One way to give love and nourishment is to praise them, saying things like, wow, super, outstanding, excellent, well done. I knew you could do it. I'm so proud of you. Fantastic job. Nice work. Beautiful. Now you're catching it. You're flying. You're incredible. Bravo. You're fantastic. Good job. That's incredible. And you will see your children excel. Children, when released, can be used as dynamic little instruments in the hands of God, and you will see scripture come to life. The people which I have created will praise my name. Always remember, Genesis 33, verse 5 says, children are a gift from God. Anna will now share one of her teaching resources when working with children.
Thank you, Belma. My go-to resource when delivering a children's workshops are a set of floor shapes. I've been using them for over 10 years since I designed them at the start of UC Grace. They have proved invaluable in offering the chance for children to engage with the space around them and provide a simple way to explore a movement and music response. It instills an opportunity for children to develop their creative skills and movement awareness, which is so important. It's done in a non-invasive way. The shapes allow the children to connect to a theme, explore the space around them, and interact with other children. There are so many possibilities. One simple way that I use them is to explore size and shape. I have 4 different shapes which I use: a triangle, a square, a circle, and what the kids love to call a splat. This also looks like, they tend to call it lots of different names. So like a bow tie, a butterfly, a dog bone. I encourage them to give their own sort of name to it. It brings much delight to them. A simple exercise is to play music, and when the music stops, they all find a shape. And depending on what shape they stand on, they can do a movement, which I'll now share with you. So a circle is very simply thinking about hugging a tree. I asked them to make a really big circle with their hands, joining them, having a really big space in the middle, like they're giving someone a really big hug. Triangles, we really think about size and shape here. We make a nice pointy shape at the top, bringing our hands together, and then we place our feet as wide as we can on their bottom, at the bottom, so they're stretching their feet out wide. Now, squares allow a little bit of imagination. We're thinking about angular shapes here. So we talk about being a robot and maybe having right angle arms and moving about like this. So they have to freeze in a right angle shape. And then the final shape, which is the fun shape, the shape that the kids love, gives them an opportunity to be creative themselves. Sometimes I say a splat, we do a clap on a splat, is all about finding a balance. So encourage them to explore different ways of balancing. But it might also be that I say, do what you want, and we see what creative elements come out of them. The reason these are so great is because they can fit in with whatever theme that you are doing. Think about your favorite scripture and then think about how you could apply these really simple 4 shapes to use them. It could be that you want to think about the love of God and how it surrounds you all around. It could be that you think about how high are the heavens and deep are the seas with the triangles. It could be that our roads are never straight and they wibble and they wobble all over the place. But it could be that actually God builds a house for us and he encases us and carries us and takes us to different places. So whatever theme that you are doing, these shapes for me allow a chance to enter into a conversation with the children about my faith, but also give them a chance to build their movements. I would love to know what your go-to resource is. So please let us know.
Anna, that was awesome. I love your shapes and I love the colors. When you held up the first one, I felt so much joy. There's just so much color, and I can just see how children would absolutely love to get into this. What a great idea. Thanks,
Yeah,
Anna.
thank you so much, Belma. I mean, the colours are really important, aren't they? When kind of working with children, it just encourages conversation and joy, like you say. So thank you so much for that. Belma is now going to share with you about completing and not completing. It's a really special word, and I hope that it blesses you.
One thing that's really important when working with another person is that there's unity. You know, there's a beautiful scripture, Psalm 133, verse 1. How good and pleasant it is when brothers, and I'm going to insert, and sisters live together in unity. And it goes on to say, it is like precious oil on the head. Don't you just love that picture? We're called by the Bible to be in unity within ourselves. 1 Peter 3, verse 8 says, to be in unity with all followers of Jesus. In 1 Corinthians 1:10, it says, and maintain the unity of the Spirit. Ephesians 4:3, oh, I love what it says, verse 1-4. It says, with humility and gentleness, bearing one another in love, making every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. When there's unity, there's peace. When there's unity, there's strength. When there's unity, there's blessing, there's joy, because God's will is unity. God brought Anna and I together, 2 different people, 2 different backgrounds. We both have our own ministries working and teaching children, and we both come with different ideas, different strengths. But when we put our strength and our ideas together, that strength is multiplied. It's like it's doubled, and it goes up another level. I love what Anna does. It excites me. And there are things that God has given her to share and teach. And I just love to step back and listen and to prefer Anna. And at this point, give her the platform, so to speak. Even though we teach the same things, there's always a little nugget of an idea that Anna uses and does that I don't. So we can never stop learning. I share all this to say that we're not here to compete with one another, but to complete one another. And in doing this, we really do experience this beautiful flow that I call unity in the river of God's love and joy.
Oh, how amazing, Belma. Yes, unity in the river of God's love and joy. A really special picture to hold on to, and really important as we go forward to share and encounter others in ministry as well. Thank you for sharing that. So we love to keep you in the loop with what's going on, and many of you are already part of the Facebook group where we have been sharing some of our journey throughout the year. This is a great place to learn from each other. We would encourage you to join if you haven't already. Belma and I have been in full-time ministry for many years, and we have some wonderful ideas and teachings we would love to share with you, some of which have already been shared in the Facebook group, but we would love the opportunity to go deeper with you. Why don't you join us in 2023 when we will be launching a twice yearly email newsletter where we will specifically be sharing teachings from each of our ministries and ways for you to develop yours. To receive the email, make sure you sign up on the mailing list.
It's no small statement in Isaiah 11:6, and a small child will lead them. Or some translations say, and a little child shall lead them. We need to recognize the leadership qualities in our children and actively continue asking God to help us discern the leadership gifts within each child, and then believe that God can and will use our children to draw others closer to God. Anna and I count it a privilege to serve together as your children's dance ministry leaders. Until next time,
be blessed.